little would you rather.
Would you rather?
All right. So, it's been a little bit of time since last week here, so we can refresh the viewers at home how this game is played. Each of us
Mhm.
came to the podcast with about 10 or so would you rather questions relating to movies, pop culture, comic books, TV shows, music, what have you, so on and so forth.
Mm.
And we simply answer them. Just going to go a little back and forth, going to shoot the shit a little bit. It's a fun
Yes.
time.
This was a great idea out of Wes. We did 5 apiece last time on the question, so 10 in total. We'll probably stay in that realm with this
Yeah.
going forward, but we do have additional questions that some left over from last week, some that we've made up since last time we convened. But I am very excited to do this. I'm starting to get worried, Wes, as I'm making some of these questions, like the ones that I had left over from last week, like I may use all my new ones today. And it's like, I don't want to just have these sitting on the sideline forever. They're not bad questions, but it's like, ugh, I don't know.
Well, we could find a way to work them in a little bit more here. Let's why don't you lead us off here? Hit me with
Okay.
one.
You know what? I'm going to just go against what I just said, and I'll use one of my ones that I had left over from last week. A nice little table setter, Wes,
Okay.
for you here. So would you rather grab drinks with Captain America or Cyclops?
Interesting. Both a little uptight.
Yes. You're not going to be able to let
However,
loose.
yeah, but I feel like if Cyclops did let loose, like I wouldn't want to mess around with his glasses or his plasma blaster or whatever. Like that seems like a situation that I'm not sure if I would want to get involved with maybe 10, 12, 15 beers deep or so. Captain America, I mean, listen, I know I'm usually team team Tony Stark here, team Iron Man,
Yep.
but to be able to sit down with a living war hero, throw some back. I mean, that's the real American dream, isn't it?
Yes, I believe it is, but I'll tell you what, I think your first bit of logic is why we're aligned on this one. I would go with Captain America as well. At first, I look at it as, yeah, they're both uptight, but I think when you just sit back and think about it for a bit, Cyclops, like, you're inclined to get lectured by him if he's not going drink for drink with you. Obviously, Captain America can't get drunk because of his metabolism. So not only is he going to be nice and take care of you, but he's also probably going to be the guy who ends up driving everybody home too, or he'll just carry you home, whatever. Like I'm not opposed to that.
Interesting. See,
Yeah.
I think he knows how to have a good time too. He's
Yes.
been in the army. He knows how to let loose, let his hair down. So,
Yes.
Captain America's my choice. That's a good amuse-bouche.
Yeah. So just a nice little table setter, so we can really get intense on these next few. What do you got for me?
Okay. This one. Well, we do have Valentine's Day right around the corner here, so perhaps fitting. Would you rather have to survive one MMA round against Yelena Belova or Natasha Romanoff?
Oh man. I think it's got to be Black Widow because
Which one?
Well, okay, I guess you're Yelena White Widow.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I got to go with Natasha because
So this is who you think you would survive with, like you would be able to beat, like so you think you
Okay, I don't think I'd be able to beat either one of them. If you're at
like you have a better chance of that's the question.
Okay, I think if I have a better chance of beating, it's probably gonna be White Widow because Black Widow's like one of the she's the Black Widow. Like she's number one with a bullet. At the same time, I do think she's a lot more forgiving. So if we're talking when you said survive, I thought you meant like not die. I didn't think you meant
or that too. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Does that change your answer?
It does. So like if it's not die, it's Black Widow. If it's okay, who I have to try and like beat one of them, I have to go with White Widow. I just don't think she's as good of a fighter. As much as she's more likely to kill me, she is less likely to beat me as much as she will.
I think this is tough. So when I think of Natasha Romanoff, I think of like her being a more skilled chokehold artist, like a good grappler. Maybe more so than Yelena, who feels more like a bruiser. Am I off on that? I don't know. That's just kind of my perception when I look at it. So like, if I'm in an MMA fight, like I would want to have to take my chances with the Bruiser in that shit because like I have no skills on the ground. I'm not a grappler. I wouldn't know any of that technique. I feel like
Mhm.
her Widow patented move of like jumping up and like getting her ankles around your head and then twisting down into like some sort of a spin move. Like I feel like that's just like waiting to happen in the cage circle there. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, give me Elena on that one. I feel better about my chances with her.
Now, what about when you twist it to the other angle that I was looking at? It was like if you're like worried about, like, let's say it's like a battle to the death. Like who? Like no, because then
Yeah,
it's just battle of death.
still
Like you know what I was talking about
because
though.
she
Like
gets me in a chokehold. I think yeah.
I guess I mean what I mean is like I feel like Black Widow is more likely to just like she'll stop like before killing you. She'll like try and find a way to not do that. White Widow won't.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's
I
my
guess I'm
logic.
not thinking about this may say a lot about me here. I guess I'm not thinking about them very much as I am thinking about myself.
Gotcha. Oh, there you go. Okay,
Yeah. That might be a peek behind the curtain.
look at that.
Uh what do we got up next?
Okay. All right. So, okay. Hmm. We have ones that kind of cross, like are fairly similar. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you look at my number 9, I think you know which one is fairly similar to yours, but it's a bit different still. But I'm gonna go with this one next, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? All right. So,
Yeah,
uh,
go for it.
if you were being held captive, but had the ability to pick out who would track you down, who would you rather have being the detective to try and save you and find you? Ace Ventura or Eddie Valiant from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Mm-hmm. This is tough. I don't like Ace Ventura.
Ooh.
I don't like his hair. It doesn't do it for me. In the hierarchy of 1994 Jim Carrey movies, it's probably number 3 for me.
Oh, that hurts. Oh.
Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, Ace Ventura. So I'm going to go with Eddie Valiant there because he knows his way around blending in with different cultures.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he can get answers from people that he may not look exactly the same of, which can be tough to do in certain situations.
It can be. It can be, but I mean, like, if you think, oh wow, I didn't expect. I was a little worried it was going to be too obvious because I think Ace Ventura is just the better detective. He at least he has a clearer mind. He knows how to work with animals. He knows how to be a little bit stealthier. Yes, he can be a bit of a buffoon at times, but he gets the job done.
Yeah, but
Um,
he's a pet detective though. I'm a human.
but he's also figured out he's solved murders. We've seen him do that. I mean, Eddie works with tunes, and I'm not a tunes guy. I can't even say that with a straight face. Everybody knows I am a tunes guy.
Yeah,
Um,
no, yeah.
so, but no, I think Ace Ventura is much more trustworthy. Wow.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. Wouldn't be for me. I'd say no, thank you on that help
You
from old Ace.
When I got sick a while back, like around the holidays, a little before that, I actually rewatched Who Framed Roger Rabbit for the first time in ages, and I had no idea that like Christopher Lloyd was in that.
Oh yeah, he's a bad guy. He's a
Yeah,
scary dude.
I just didn't as a kid, I just didn't know. I think it was like I was never that age to like really realize, oh my god, that's Christopher Lloyd. Like I don't know, it just wasn't. I don't know.
Would you rather be on a heist team led by Danny Ocean or Scott Lang?
Danny Ocean. You know what? That's a tough one actually because obviously they're both good in their ways, and Scott's very smart. I think Danny's the better planner, but my problem is that his stuff is so particular and like I feel like the mechanics of his plans, it's just I like feel like I'd fuck it up. But like Scott
Oh
Lang,
yeah.
whatever he's doing, I'm not saying that I couldn't do it. Like I just feel like it'd be a little bit simpler. Maybe I'm wrong because Danny does deal with some
But
guys who aren't as smart.
that wouldn't give you faith that if you just did exactly what you were told that it would work.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'd have to go with Danny Ocean then. Yeah, as I'm talking about, I was like, yeah, Danny Ocean's got to be the way.
Because for me, this was like I almost regretted even writing this question down because it's not even it's Danny Ocean. If for no other reason other than what you already mentioned, then you just living the life of luxury in like a sick ass hotel with like a bunch of cool dudes,
Mm-hmm.
just broing out, having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Lang seems to be living in squalor, so like I
Yes, this
and
is
he
true.
he gets a lot of help from Hank Pym. So Danny Ocean is the mastermind. I know he's got Brad Pitt there, but
Yeah, no.
he's really it's Ocean's 11. It's not Pitt's 11.
Brad Pitt's just there to look good and make sure that there's always food around. That's about
Yeah,
it.
he's always eating something. Yeah.
Yes, he really is. But hey, you know what? The man knows how to eat things. I got to give him that.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's Danny Ocean, 100% of the time.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Okay. This I'm actually kind of proud of this one. I'm curious. I'm obviously curious where you go here. So you do not get any powers with the answer to this, with either answer to this question. Okay. This is all about vanity.
Okay.
Would you rather be a mutant humanoid turtle, so obviously Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or
Mm-hmm.
have the demonic appearance that is similar to that of Nightcrawler or Azazel? So it could be blue skin, could be red skin, whatever. Not the point, more so the demon look.
Yeah, no, you say no powers, but there's obviously strength involved with being a humanoid turtle,
Well, you have a demon appearance. Like, I mean, yes, I would say, yeah, I would say
but
that's
not like super. You're not like yeah.
yes, you're strong. You're probably stronger than most human beings as a
Okay.
humanoid turtle. That's it, though.
Yeah. Oh, that's tough because either way, you can't really like maybe Nightcrawler or Zazel just because like you look like a regular person, and
Yeah.
then like nowadays people are so weird anyway with like face tattoos and stuff. I mean that's
Mm.
you can just say you're like punk rock or something.
Oh, but I'm thinking like, but when I say those two, like we're talking like Azazel has red skin, Nightcrawler has blue skin. Like you don't have that same like we're not white in this case. Yeah, the
Well,
normal like
I
normal.
I don't see color, Nick, so I'm not
Okay.
sure what you're
Mm,
referring to here, but
hmm
of course, but
hmm
no, no, I mean, I think like if you're a turtle, you can't really hide. These guys they got to wear trench coats and like hats and stuff, and even then they still stick out like sore thumbs,
mm.
But like you can hide the tail, you can wear a mask, you can practice social distancing if you're Nightcrawler or Zazel. Give me those guys.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And the tail might come in handy more than you know.
This is yeah. Well, it sucks because I didn't want to agree with you. Well, we've agreed disagreed on one. I was trying to talk you off my side. Because I definitely Nightcrawler and Azazel. Like I think every bit about that is cool. Like yeah, it's gonna scare the shit out of people when they start seeing like you got the 3 fingers and the 2 toes or
Oh, but
whatever.
yeah, but so does the mutants, or so does the Ninja Turtles, right?
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah, but like you said, it's a little bit harder to hide. And I don't know. I just think I like the look more. I mean, I don't know. Like we've seen it as a human. I forget the actor's name in X2, but it's pretty terrifying. Especially with the
Hmm.
yellow eyes and everything, and obviously Azazel in the what is it? Not Days of Future Past, First Class. But yeah,
Hmm.
I'm going that route every day of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's see here. Who would you rather have as a dorky sidekick? Carlton Banks from Fresh Prince of Bel Air, Urkel from Family Matters, or Screech from Saved by the Bell?
Hmm. I'm taking.
Little menage a trois action.
Yeah. You do a good job of these. I don't. Not Urkel. Would not have Urkel.
Really?
Um,
Okay.
see, like Screech is extremely loyal, but I also question.
Can you get chicks with them?
Well, it's not. That wasn't. I mean, that's a fair point, but I didn't. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I think I'd have to go. I mean, can you with Carlton? Like
He's
Urkel's
rich.
Urkel's well, there you go. I would say Urkel's probably her best route there, but I'm probably gonna go. I'm gonna go with Carlton in this one because he does have the money, to back you. I mean, they're all like good dudes and everything, but I think like when it comes down to it, that's the big advantage that he has over everybody else.
So I'm immediately getting rid of Screech despite his prowess in the porno universe.
Yeah, R.I.P.
He might be actually the one that you want to take out as a wingman then. He apparently he's got a monster dong.
Oh,
But
jeez.
from Screech, not the actual actor Dustin Diamond, but Screech is much younger than everyone else in Saved by the Bell. So he's kind of like the little brother that's tagging along.
Mhm.
I would not go with Carlton because he does have money and he is rich and he's kind of like a goody two shoes dork. I'm not sure
Mm,
if that would help the vibe. But
that's a good point.
Urkel, on the other hand, is a scientist. Now, while it might be able to use Carlton's money, uh, Urkel can pretty much build anything. Time
Mm.
machines. He could transform himself into Stefan or Urkel, good wingman, or he can help me. Maybe I can turn into Wesley Sikikes.
There you go.
Nope, that's not it. That's not it right there. But something like that. So
Mm.
give me Urkel. He can offer the most to me.
Wesley Psycho.
Yeah, that's better than what I came up with.
Okay. Speaking
Have
of
the
Psycho,
ADL after me.
what was it? Do I want to go with that one? Yeah, I have to after this transition. Okay. All right. Wes, would you rather put your life in the
Mm.
hands of Norman Bates from, of course, the movie Psycho, or Patrick Bateman from American Psycho?
Yeah, this is no question. I don't want a mama's boy. I don't want my life in the hands of a mama's boy.
I,
Someone who's still combing his dead mother's hair. Like Patrick Bateman, although he is a psycho and you can't really trust anything behind those cold dead eyes, he's at least a capable person on his own.
he is a capable person on his own, but
Would
he
he be
is
talking to himself?
I feel like he's much more I think he's much more inclined to take you out than Norman Bates is. I mean, I'm talking about like us. I feel like we would be in a okay situation if it's Norman Bates. Patrick Bateman, you have no clue.
Well, when you say like put your life in the hands of like riding passenger in a seat in a car with him, or
That's a
like
fair point. It's a vague way to put it. I guess you are staying like you have to stay over with them. Like you have to so your life is in their hands because they are both lunatics, but you have to like spend the night at their respective home.
okay. If in that case, I mean, if that is the case, for the same reasons why I wouldn't want to put my life in the hands, like I thought you were saying, like someone like would have to protect me. I thought that's what it
Mm.
would be.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah, then that's fair. Then it's Patrick Bateman.
but for those same reasons, it's also Norman Bates because he's a mama's boy, and I feel like I would have the best chance to survive against someone like that than Patrick Bateman, who seems again very focused, very goal driven, and very like single minded. There we go.
Mm. Mhm. Okay. I'm yeah, if I'm getting taken care like if it's putting your life in your hands, that's not well put. I probably like if you're someone to defend you, protect you, then yeah, it's probably Patrick Bateman. You're right. But where I was kind of thinking, I lean more Norman Bates because I think he'd be a little bit of a safer play as much as he's I mean, they're both unwell. But I
And
never realized
and Patrick Bateman has a small apartment, so if I had to stay there, the area that I would have to protect myself in, it would be like fighting in a phone box, phone booth against Bateman. But Bates, we would have the whole motel, so maybe there's a little bit of bigger map to play with.
yeah, and you know what? I never when I wrote this, I noticed like the psycho thing. I mean, that's kind of why I did it. I didn't originally have Norman Bates as my option. I forget who it was, but I didn't realize like we have the psycho, and then it's also Bates and Bateman. That's like when you talk about things not being original.
Well, yeah, right. And you missed the opportunity for a third person in there, or Jason Bateman. I don't know. Something to think about. But would you rather be Tom Cruise's stunt double or be on the wrong end of one of his tirades?
um,
Because Tom Cruise does some shit.
Tom Cruise does his stunts, so I'd rather be a stunt double because then I'm not gonna have to. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
that's
collect a
fair.
paycheck. No, but
He doesn't do all his stunts though.
if you actually had to do some of his okay, so under the premise of he actually doesn't do all of his stunts, then I would rather be on the one of the wrong end of one of his tires because if Tom Cruise isn't willing to do the stunt, then I'm all set.
Yeah, isn't he doing like like free climbing facades of buildings and like stuff like that, like with no ropes and like you watch some of this. It's amazing. It's amazing some of the stuff that he does. Crazy human being, but very intense, single-minded, dead-eyed, very much like Patrick Bateman, is Tom Cruise there.
Yes.
So very that's like the power of like motivation, So
Yeah.
him doing the majority of all of his stunts is the reason why I don't want to put my life in the hands of Patrick Bateman.
Sure.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah. All right. So my last one, I have a few that well, this is good. I'll have plenty of good ones in the holster. So my last one that I actually came up with ahead of today is a little bit of an odd one, but I was trying to think of like weird weapons that you could have to like protect yourself with, and I we'll set it in like zombie apocalypse just to kind of keep all things fairly simple. Unlimited ammo because this is a ranged weapon. Would you rather be stuck for a weapon in the zombie apocalypse with a musket or a crossbow?
No, crossbows. This isn't one of the new fancy ones that are like easy to load and like all that sort of thing. You're talking about like an Elsa Bloodstone, like
I'm talking like
old school crossbow.
Just to put some, I did a little bit of research, and
okay.
with the crossbow, apparently it takes 60 seconds to reload. I don't know, I only one source, whatever, but whatever.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
A musket takes apparently, like for good soldiers, 20 seconds to reload. So one bullet in each case.
And you have unlimited ammo.
You have unlimited ammo.
Either one, man, you're fucked.
Yes.
If you got more than one running at you, man, you're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, you can get two with both of them, like because like the bullets could like pass through, or the bow could like, or the bolt, because crossbows use could pass through. But yeah, that's why I'm glad you feel that way, because I was doing this. I'm like, this doesn't seem like an open and shut thing. I hope Wes doesn't feel that way, and I'm not seeing it.
Now I'm tempted to go with the crossbow, but now this shows my ignorance towards weaponry here. I wonder about the spray radius of the musket. Is it like a shotgun that just kind of like hits a short range blast that sprays, or is it just like a small cannon that comes out of it?
It's like a small cannon that comes out of it. It's a small ball, like a tiny little thing that comes out. Like, because I feel like I remember reading somewhere like it used to like if you got shot in the leg with that thing back in the day, like you're losing that leg. It's not that doesn't necessarily happen now, but I feel like you're much more inclined to like get a bullet pulled out. A musket ball, nope, it's like breaking shit.
Interesting. I think I'm still going to go with the crossbow, although I'm dying either way. So
yeah, I think I'm dying either way. I kind of, so in the end, I feel like I'm more like, I feel like I'm more likely to. I'm going with a musket. Okay, the reason is because I know you can't.
How patriotic.
Thanks. Obviously, you can't. We're not talking about like getting a knife in all this, but if you came across one, you could, of course, attach a knife to the end of your musket. That does give you a nice up close weapon. And I think when you
that feels cheap, Nick. I don't know if I should allow that.
Now, in fairness, that's if you came across a knife. That's not necessary. Of course, like we're saying, it's not. You don't have that. You're not given that.
You're talking about a bayonet at that point.
Yes, but even take that out of the equation. If you have to use these in like a hand-to-hand situation, I feel like you're in a better spot if you use a musket. It gives you a little bit more range. It may not be quite as strong as a crossbow, but the range I think is gonna make up for that. You can trip them up, and then again we're talking zombies, so I don't know which.
I like that. Okay, all right. There's some good thought there for you.
Tough.
Who would you rather have as a pet? One of the dragons from Game of Thrones, or all of Ratcatcher 2's rats?
See, I guess my question here is, do I have the command over these animals, or do I have the ability to have the command over these animals, like the Targaryens?
Oh yeah, sure. You're Daenerys. You're Ratcatcher 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a dragon all day then. I mean, come on, that's so
But
cool.
you still got to clean up after it too. This is it's despite having the powers of those individuals, you're still Nick Fryer, everyday guy.
Okay, yeah, but I think any human being, be it Nick Fryer, everyday guy, or Wesley Sykes, citizen scientist, it doesn't matter. You're gonna like if you have a dragon, like you're not cleaning up after anybody else.
What's the insurance policy on that? You know how much damage that thing's going to cost? Like your progressive insurance is going to be through the roof. You're going to need Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now, you're not like I ain't putting up with anything. You're going to do what you want. If you have a dragon, you run shit now. Like I'm the captain now. Period. Done.
Yeah, but then you are noticeably at the top of the mountain. People are gunning for you.
Sure.
Every time they want your dragon.
Bring it.
Right. Here's the Rat Catcher 2 defense. Now, the rats come and go as they please. She calls the rats. I will be the Rat King and call them and then have them come and go whenever they want. And you can command billions of rats. This is the age-old question of having, fighting 100 horse-sized dogs or one dog-sized horse, or whatever that is, I think I screwed that up. But you know what I mean.
I think what the best way to go about this is I get the dragon, you get the rats, we work together, and then when we're done with your rats, then my dragon eats your rats, and then we just use other rats later because you're not emotionally attached to them.
No, they're disease infested.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate.
They will bite. They will pass on their rabies. They will infect the dragon, and the dragon will be no more.
That's true.
Rats can bite through steel.
You made a great case. Like I look at this and it's like, I mean, who doesn't want a dragon? But at the same time, the rats would be immensely valuable. Yes, 100%. So I can't fault anybody for taking the rats, but give me the dragons.
No, I think the first instinct is to go dragons because that's like, the biggest, shiniest present underneath the tree, right? But I think if you think about it, the rats offer a lot of utility.
Sure. They definitely do. They are valuable assets. There's no question about that.
And they can move in secret in the shadows, in the corners.
So that is your pick. You're going rats.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's it. Do we want to do one more? I think that's good.
Nope. I think we put a pin in it and then we leave it at 5. We're at good time and everything like that. And I still love the questions that I have left. That last one was a tough choice.
Oh yeah. Well, I like number 2. Number 2 is good. Number 1 is also really good.
Yeah, maybe I'll use those. We'll use one of those as a table setter next time. I think those are good table setting questions.
Good intro questions. Yeah, I like that. Definitely. So that concludes Would You Rather Volume 2. Nope.
Nope.
There it is.
Would you rather?